some of the other way around. Some suit the same level, and some are real competitors, and they come out really strong when it matters in the matches, and maybe don't qualify so high. It's different psychological approaches to them all.
Time now to decide who is going to get the gold medal in the recurve under 18 men's competition. Let's go and meet the athletes.
So you'll see they both have Mete Gazos hats on, exactly the same style. They all shoot the same bows, set up exactly the same way with the stabilization. They found a system that works for them.
Well, Mustafa Ozdemir, we've seen already on this range. He goes up against another athlete that's had a little bit of experience on the range, Berkay Akkoyun. Now we know Turkey is a very strong archery nation. What are we going to see here, Richard? They are big rivals, and if anything, in Turkey, you've got to beat the person standing next to you to make the team.
Yes, it's incredibly tough now. They have great strength and depth. It's growing year by year. Like I said before, they've got over 50 professional coaches there. I don't know how many young archers on their programs. It's hundreds now, and you can see their plan was to dominate by 28 to 32.
Well, we start this gold medal match with Ozdemir putting it into the 8, and of course, if you're just joining us, it's Richard Priestman with his expert advice, former head of the Archery GB program here in Lilleshall, now coaching, and in Israel, head of the program there.
You can see with Berkay there, he's really nice technique, but his bow arm is shaking a lot. That's a symptom of feeling pressure. And muscles not quite being in balance. It doesn't stop him hitting the middle.
Well, he's got a chance here
to see the bow arm shake. He's putting a lot of effort in there.
So you say it's an attacking sport, and he is attacking this, and he's taken an early lead, a 2-0 lead. So you're talking about this bow arm putting pressure. He's doing that, right? He's instigating.
Yes, there's a forward pressure which comes from the whole shoulder girdle, maybe from the left scapula, and that's driving forward through the triceps, through the bow arm, through the bow hand, through to the target. So then, you see what's interesting is on that instance of execution when the clicker drops and the string hand fingers relax, it's not just the string going forward, but the bow is coming back towards the archer. So you have to have that forward pressure to counteract the bow wanting to hit you. And so if the bow is not strong, your groups will be bigger.
So when you start talking about scapula and the sort of shoulder muscles and the triceps, surely you've got to do that, but you've also got to be relaxed while you're doing it. So you're at tension, but
and that's the paradox. The muscles are relaxed, but there needs to be minute movements going. It says micro movements. So it's not stiff and holding still, because we have to have movement to go through a clicker. And the movements are individual to archers. Some are off the back, some are off the front, some are both together. And part of the coaching is trying to find a system that the archer can do under pressure.
So you are coaching, whilst you may have a style, you're coaching each archer individually.
Oh yes, that's the way I go about it. Yeah.
Well, start of the second set here, and if you're just joining us, you can see that Akkoyun has taken the first set, so it is Ozdemir to get us underway for the second with a 10. And if you are joining us, I'm not going to apologise. You're welcome to Archery Geeks World. We're having a right old dive into the details of the sport.
What I like from the Turkey team is that you see how explosive the bow hand is on that first as it starts to get the follow through. That shows the forward pressure they've got.
Another high quality match, and I think we were expecting this with two archers from Turkey, and there are the shades of Gazos, even with that little lean forward.
It's uncanny, isn't it? But if you're going to copy somebody, why not copy Mete?
Why not copy the Olympic champion? 10 required to share the points. And it looks like it's just cut the line. And he has indeed shared the points this time. So Ozdemir are on the scoreboard, but still trails by 2 as Akkoyun goes 3-1 up. I'm going to ask you a question that I've asked all our expert analysts, coaches and athletes, and we've had some pretty good guests in the box. Even today is a very special day. Not only are you here, but Ella Gibson was here as well. And I've asked her, Chef Annenberg, Nikki Hunt's done some of this as well. I'm going to ask you this question. Everyone says you're not worried about the person standing next to you or the team standing next to you. You're not worried about what they're doing. Come on, surely you know what they're doing and what you then have to do.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to escape. I mean, I'm talking to our all the time about just performance and mastery of your sport, and try to keep them away from outcome. So I don't want them to be adding up the scores in the head. I don't want them to be worrying about the opponent, but they know exactly, and on the follow through, they know the score that they've got. They'll tell you straight away, even though they know I'm saying I don't care about outcome. But it's really hard to get, because they want to win, don't they? They want to get a good score.
Of course, how can you win if you don't know what you need to do?
But it's often that the danger is that you just, when you're bursting to get a good outcome, you lose sight of it, and you fall just short.
Yeah, seeing the wood for the trees. Well, here it's a 3-1 lead for Akkoyun. So Ozdemir starts, and that is a cracker of a shot again into the 10. Puts pressure on your opponent, that 10.
Of course it does, and you can't. You hear it. You hear the commentary. It's different on a qualifying round because there's no commentary going over here. You're going to hear it, of course, and you hear it when you're trying to prepare for your arrow, which can be a big distraction.
Yeah, in-venue announcer. Although I have been on a beach in Antalya when you were coaching the British team, in fact, and the boys were going for a bronze medal. I think it was on recurve Sunday, and I said, "Oh, they need a 6 here," and the archer heard me.
Yes, and they needed 5 to win, and he heard it at full draw, and he held for seemed like 20 seconds, and he shot a 6. He only just got it, and of course he heard you.
I can only apologise now.
It was so funny.
So a 9 measure for a 10 is not going to be enough, and just like that, Ozdemir has got himself back in this match where well, we wait for confirmation of the scores, but we think it is going to be all level. Do you know what? I didn't even know you knew that. I didn't know that you knew it was me that had called that, and I knew the guys had heard it.
We heard it, and we laughed about it afterwards. As soon as you said it, I'm thinking, oh God, no! And then he held, and it changes you. Normally you're trying to hit 10, aren't you? And if he needed a 10 to win, I'm sure he would have got a 10 to win because that's what he needed to do. But when you only need 5 to win, that's how many sports do you see you only need to do something, and it kills you, doesn't it?
Oh well, like I say, I can only apologise. That's well, a special moment for me. I'm going to go back and find that footage and then cut it together with this footage.
It's classic. It is classic because we were winning the match easily, and then oh my God, and you're watching the arrow going down. Yeah,
brilliant. Well, this is a brilliant match as well. Let's get back to this all Turkey affair here. Oh, a great comeback for a 29 from Ozdemir in that set to draw it level at 3 apiece.
Yeah. It's. They're fighting, aren't they? They both want to win. I don't know who normally comes out best between these two. I think they were ranked 6th and 4th in the initial rankings. So they're clearly both good archers.
Well, start.
Yeah, with the Great Britain team, we've trained with Turkey a lot, and really impressive how intense their training is.
Yeah, well, it have to be for as strong as they are, and look at Akkoyun here. He's in the middle.
Yeah, the pressure's on Mustafa at this point, isn't it?
It certainly is. one right, one left, and then into the middle.
It's one of those matches so good. I'd rather, like, you want to shoot off to happen, don't you? You want them to get that close.
Well, an 8 is the lowest scoring arrow for Akkoyun in this fourth set, but it does mean he gets the set points and now goes back into that 2-point lead. But yeah, you're right, the quality, it's not only the quality, but we talked about earlier on the speed as well. Let me ask you a question about that. So I've heard a couple of archers talking about the pressure that someone on the other side of the shooting line shooting faster than you puts you under because you've got less time to recover. Do you believe in that?
Oh yes, very much so. And I think you, as a coach and archer, you need to plan for that. If you're up against a fast opponent, you'll know that within 5 seconds of you finishing your shot, the beep's going to go and you've got to go again. And if you're not ready for that, you don't have time to recover physically, and mentally you can get flustered. And you can lose to a low-ranked archer by not being ready for it. And again, the other opposite, if you shoot against a fast archer, he wants to get up and at it, so it's quite good to slow them down if you can. There's some tactics to go.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
well.
it's those nuances of the sport are what make, you know, you look at this and go, well, it's a pretty simple concept, isn't it? You hit the middle of the target and you're going to win the competition, but there are so many fine margins in it. Really make it an intriguing battle. Look, we're going to go into a 5th and final regulation set here. Akkoyun has re-established the lead against his teammate Ozdemir, so Ozdemir shoots first.
9.
Good start. But you'll see always fast shooting from the Turkish team. That's the way they train. They're doing 6-7 hours shooting time every day, 2 sessions, 3 sessions. Massive volume, 600 hours a day, and so they're really automating their shot to make it easier to produce under pressure.
They're shooting 600 arrows a day.
Yeah, think about it. That's a phenomenal amount, and the strain on the body. It's not only the 600 arrows. It's there'll be another hour in the gym, or hour and a half in the gym, or the warm-up time. They're real athletes.
9.
Well, here it is. The opportunity has finally come for Berkay Akkoyun. An 8 for the gold medal. He did a bit of Bo Kwando there, but it's into the 9. We do obviously have to wait for final confirmation, but provisionally that is a 7-3 win for Berkay Akkoyun. Hug from his teammate usually indicates they know this one is over. But the new European champion is Turkey's Berkay Akkoyun.